Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. Welcome once again to Selective Chat with Olanrewaju. And today we are going to be delving into the concluding part of the initial video that was done titled Polite Expression. The last time in the part one, I promised us that I'm going to be coming here to share with you or to share with us so that we can learn some live scenarios that have actually warranted the use of some polite expressions that I personally did not do. And after this video, I believe you would learn one or two things from my experience. Let us go straight to the point. Now, I would like to share the first experience, which was, I can remember, I think almost about 6 to 7 years before now, we went to celebrate a mother to me, someone that looks like a mother to me. We went to celebrate a doctorate degree, from the University of Ife, that is Obafemi Awolowo University of Ife. And we were about 6 that went to our house then that day. And when we were done with the celebration, we were coming back. Unknowingly for us, we saw two men on the bike. We were lined up, on a straight file on the road. And, myself and the last born of the person we went to go and visit or to celebrate with we were very close to the roadside. And those bike men almost ran into us that day. And I could remember myself and the guys said, that who are these people? That why are they behaving like this? We never knew that they were drunkard. They were already drunk. It took them almost about 1 minute, of driving to come back and realize, or let me say interpret what we said earlier. Now they came back and they approached, let me say, the eldest part of us, or the eldest part of us, who was the firstborn, or let me say the first child of the person we went to visit. And the guy challenged him and he was like, who spoke just now? And the guy was like, what's going on? What happened? What is the problem? Of course, I and the other guy knew the problem. Normally, we could have said, I am sorry, but we chose to keep quiet just because we were with, let me say, a host of persons. We were about 6 that day, so we were like, nothing is going to happen, and in the long run. So the guy asked again. He said, who spoke just now? And the eldest of us now said, what is the problem? And can I know you people? And the guy said, if the guy doesn't say anything, that is going to slap him. And the guy was like, come on, you can't just do that here. At least we are having a civil conversation here, and you have to make it as simple as possible. But before we know it, the guy got him a hard slap. And before you know it, he also returned the gesture of that same hard slap. And that was where our problem started from. And to be very candid with you, I can tell you for free that all of us, including those guys that are drunk, all of us who started the fight that day were about, let me say, 8 persons in total. But I can gladly tell you that those that finished that fight that day are nothing less than 100 to 150 persons. That is what I am sorry could have just taken away off our neck without any form of problem attached to it. It could have saved us a lot, because during the course of that fight, some persons' phones were stolen. About 3 to 4 persons' phones were stolen. Some people were arrested that day, taken to the police station, and some persons were beaten in the process. What I am sorry could have just evaded, and we could have just settled it right there. Now, the second live example, or let me say the live scenario I would be sharing with us, there was a point in my life that I was in, Cross River State. For those that are used to, Cross River very well, there's a place called Etagbo. I was actually coming from there, And before I boarded the vehicle, I told the driver, do you have change? And the guy said yes. I gave him 200 naira that day, and I could remember my transport fare was just 100 naira. So I gave him a brand new 200 naira. And what happened at the end of the day, when I got to, or when I was about getting to my destination, I gave the guy the money, and he gave me a very rough 100 naira. And I was like, come on, I gave you a very clean money, just give me something presentable and all of that. And the guy started dragging with me. He was like, if I cannot collect it, I should just go like that, blah blah blah, and all of those things. You understand? I have a right. It is my right to collect a very clean money, a very good money, because that was what I gave to you. Do you understand? At the end of the day, I was also trying to prove a point that day. I opened his door so that vehicles behind us will not be able to go to the front, and it was also obstructing a whole lot of persons behind us. And the guy was almost taking it personal with me. At the end of the day, somebody just spoke to me. He was like, just apologize. Within me, I was like, it is my right. I should demand for what is mine. But I actually mentioned this thing in the last video, that I said most times the use of these polite expressions might put us in a state of vulnerability. Saying the word please, saying the word I'm sorry, saying the phrase rather excuse me, saying the phrase pardon me might put you in a place of vulnerability in most cases. And that was where, or let me say, the situation or the condition where I found myself that day. And the unfortunate thing was that I was about traveling back to Ibadan the next day. So I went to go and book my ride with, I think, Christmas Transit that day. And I was meant, to just go home peacefully and prepare for my journey. But no, somebody who devil wants to use actually came my way in form of the driver that day. So at the end of the day, when the person told me, just be careful, just overlook it, apologize, and let it go, I just told him, it's okay, just bring the money and let me have it. And I told him that day that I'm sorry. To you, it will be like, you are so foolish for telling him I'm sorry. He offended you. Yes, he offended me. I have a right. I have all the rights to tell him, give me, or let me say, to demand for a very clean money. And one thing I will say is that whenever you find yourself in an heated argument such as that, please endeavor to use some polite expressions, because at the end of the day, if the unthinkable should happen, definitely both the right that you think you have and the person that thought, or let me say, that think he or she has the right, you might not live to tell the story. That is just the simple truth. You might not live to tell the story. Trust me. I've actually seen cases like that before. Just because of, I am sorry, please pardon me, excuse me, have taken their lives away. I would just love to end, this conversation with this particular quote. That saying I'm sorry during an argument can be a total game changer. It's a simple yet effective way to diffuse tension and shift the conversation to a way, or let me say, in the direction that will favor you at the end of the day. I know you have learned one or two things today, but your take home, or let me say, your takeaway today should be to learn how to use those polite expressions. I'm sorry, pardon me, excuse me, please, and all of those words. Until next time I come your way, my name still remains Olanrewaju. And if you have not seen the previous video I posted, kindly go and check, and it will do you a whole lot of good. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. See you later.